Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So today you find me in my pantry room slash freeze drying room, and I thought I would bring you just a fun video. You know, we've been focused on prepping and shortages and some of the things going on, but I don't want you to forget about having some things on hand that are treats, whatever treats are for you. And I wanted to do something for my son. Don't watch this, son. That would be fun. So there is kind of a trend to freeze dry certain candy. Now, chocolate, I guess, pure chocolate does not freeze dry well. Certain things that are sticky, high in sugar, do not freeze well. So I actually went out to the Harvest Right freeze dryer space and took a look to see what they recommended. And I went out and I purchased 4 different candies that we are going to freeze dry today. Now, this video will be filmed over a couple days. So you're gonna see this outfit in a few videos because I am determined to get a little bit ahead. So let me bring you over just a little bit. And you will notice I have something new in my pantry. This table, I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, there we go. Has the mid-century modern legs. It's a very heavy wooden table that I found in my daddy's barn. And he had stripped it. Obviously, he was going to do something with it. So I found all the pieces and parts and reassembled it. And I'm going to use it for days like today when I need a prep table. Because here where my freeze dryer is, I only have this much space on the top shelf, and the bottom now is completely full of supplies. I could move them out, but I don't want to have to continuously bend over to do any sort of prep. So here we go. So the things that I am going to freeze dry. Evidently, Skittles is like the best thing ever you can freeze dry. And we will be doing a finish up. I'm going to share a little bit about the freeze dryer because I have had some questions, and I will be doing a taste test. Now, these guys are not my favorite. These are Jolly Ranchers. They're the hard candy, and it is Fruity Bash. So it is lemon, peach, strawberry, pineapple, and orange. And the Starburst is the smoothie flavor. I thought that would be tasty. My son's favorite are the Haribo Gummy Bears. And so this is the limited time party hats. Doesn't really say what flavors. I think it's just kind of the standard flavors. And then the last item. Y'all, do you like Milk Duds? They're so hard on my teeth, so I'm hoping they'll be a little easier when you freeze dry them. Because a lot of things when they're freeze dried actually end up, let me kind of scooch you over here, they actually end up more like a styrofoam consistency, so maybe it will spare my teeth. All right, so let's start here. Ooh, those smell pretty good with the Skittles. I'm hoping I can get the whole bag. Yeah. On here, and we'll just distribute them pretty easily. Grab my trash can. I will share something else. I remember this trash can. It's not a big deal, guys, from my childhood, but how 60s or 50s is this, right? So had to bring that home as well. You know what? I'll probably do the Jolly Ranchers off camera because they have to be, and they're Jolly Ranchers, not Ranchers. I always say that wrong. They have to be unwrapped, and I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me unwrap. Oh, those gummy bears do smell good. Oh, you gotta, ooh, come back. You're trying gummy bear overboard. I hope I'm not putting too much on per tray. It looks like it's got enough room to circulate around. One thing I do know, kind of a spoiler alert, the Skittles get about that big, so I may put some of the Skittles on the Milk Dud tray because I think the Milk Duds, actually, I don't have that many of. I knew that would be my favorite, not my son's, and that I would eat them, so I did not have too many on hand. And I might have opened the box already. Just saying. But I had to let them actually dissolve in my mouth because they're so chewy. I did not want to hurt my dental room. Oh yeah, we got room for some Skittles on this tray. So let's offload some of these Skittles. Yeah, I think that will be a little better. How fun is this, right? And how I plan to store these personally is I am going to use some canning jars and vacuum seal them rather than to put them in the Mylar bag because, one, it will look pretty on the shelf, which is not really a factor, but also because I think it will be really nice, feeling it so bad, to be able to reseal it, eat a little bit, reseal it. And I won't have to use an oxygen absorber. All right, so I will do those in just a moment off camera, but let me share with you. I've had some questions, and I just, oh, pardon my hand. So one of the questions that I had was, how does the drain tube work with this particular table having a back to it? Well, this is only about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches, and as you can see, I hope, this just goes up and over and then on down into the bucket. One of the things that is very important with your drain tube, and mine goes behind the table into this bucket. Here's the drain tube. It's clear, so it may be hard for you to see. You want to make sure after you run a defrost cycle, you empty this bucket. Otherwise, if the tube is down into the water and the vacuum pump starts, it will suck water back into the chamber and ruin your batch of freeze-dried foods. So what is the first thing that we do? Go behind the machine, flip it on. Let me tip you up a little bit here. And it takes a moment to come up. And I am not going to pre-freeze the candy. You could. I don't really see a big value in it. They're very small pieces. It's not going to cut my time down that much. So the first thing I'm going to do is hit the start button. And it says wait 15 minutes before loading the trays. So I will simply wait 15 minutes, load in my 4 trays, push the start button, and it will start first freezing, and then the vacuum pump will kick in and it will start extracting the water from the candy and making its magic. So I will bring you back probably tomorrow to show you the outcome of the candy and how I'm going to store it. So stay tuned. Welcome back. Day 2. It finished pretty late last night on the freeze-dried candy, so I decided to go ahead and vacuum seal it late yesterday evening, and I would just open it and then reseal it to do the taste test and show you everything. So let's start first with the Skittles. Look at these guys. So they just like opened up, and some of them, if you see like the little worm, some of them, the center, the more chewy center, not the hard candy shell, extruded out. So these were smoothie flavored. Let's grape seal here. So let me show you a couple in my hand. There you go. Let's give it a taste test. Y'all, they are so delicious. And here's one that the middle ooped out of. We better taste it too, right? So instead of chewy Skittles, you have, I didn't need that second bite, did I? Really crunchy Skittles. And a lot of the reason why people freeze dry candy is because it dramatically intensifies the flavor. These are so good. They're addictive. So if you're worried about Skittles pulling out your dental work, and I'm speaking for myself, these are a perfect solution. So we'll reseal those. The second thing I want to show you are the very strange looking gummy bears. So they get bubbles all over them. So let me show you what these look like. And in case you're wondering time-wise, about, let's see, I think it was like 13 hours. So not really that long. So here's a really good sample of what they look like. So these two married up together. They are no longer gummy. They are, I need to quit talking with my mouth full. That was a pineapple one. They're light and crunchy, but once they get wet with your saliva, they get gummy. Flavor is super intense, like way more intense than a gummy bear. So I do see, and it's sticking to my teeth. Y'all just don't look at my teeth for a minute. Okay. I'm going to show you these, but I am not going to taste these, and I'll explain why. So here, believe it or not, are the Jolly Ranchers. And guys, I have a tendency to call them Jolly Ranchers. And if I did that in the previous clip, I apologize. So these turn into big, big bubbles. The flavor is intense, which Jolly Ranchers are intense anyway. These are a little bit more still like a hard candy, so I don't want to put one in my mouth and hold it there forever. They are delicious. So if you think about it, like I do, one of these has the same amount of calories as it did before it was freeze-dried, but it lasts a lot longer in your mouth, so it's a little more satisfying. So would I do these again? Probably not. Not because they didn't come out well, not because they don't taste good. It's just not my favorite candy. So I saved the best for last, guys, and I have 3 quarts of these. And again, congratulations to Pixie. Thank you, Pixie, for commenting, you smart little thing, you. Guys, these are the Milk Duds. So they're like the size of a little donut hole. And let me show you what the texture. Okay, Milk Duds are another one. I love caramel of any sort, but they about pull your teeth out. Y'all, here's the inside texture. Sorry. Absolutely melts in your mouth. Intense buttery goodness. The butter flavor is so pronounced. It still tastes like caramel, but it's like caramel on steroids made with pure butter. Pure butter fresh off the cow, right? The chocolate, if you're a chocolate lover, very much a background note. You can taste it. However, it's very subtle. So this is a definite favorite. My son will be enamored with both of these. He loves Haribo Gummy Bears, and that's the brand that I bought. So I actually made those for him. And then I have kind of a mixed jar as well for him. He's going to have to fight me for the Milk Duds. So what else in the realm of candy can you freeze dry? Well, I looked that up because I thought it was just really fun. It is a frivolous item. It's not, you know, an essential. But y'all, don't forget, as you're stocking your pantry, have some treats. You know, if things become difficult to find or source or afford certain products, you'll be glad for what you kind of squirreled away for a rainy day. And it is a rainy day here in Ohio. So what else can you freeze dry? Plain caramels. Gonna need to do that. Saltwater taffy. This is not the time of the year for me to find saltwater taffy here in Ohio, but I will be able to this summer, and I'm definitely going to try it. Another thing I really want to try, I love cantaloupe and watermelon. Now, I've never seen anybody freeze dry cantaloupe, but evidently when you freeze dry watermelon, it is like candy. So you can do certain fruits, cherries, fresh cherries are another one that freeze dried tastes like candy. So just some ideas for you if you're contemplating buying a Harvest Right freeze dryer. I'm not sponsored by Harvest Right, but and the chewy sweet tarts, anything like on the order of a gummy bear, like the Peachio rings. Oh my word, that's like my favorite candy. And I need to step away from the Peachio rings. So I am just thrilled with how things came out. And I think for a very short freeze dryer run, you can start it in the morning and finish it in the evening, which is exactly what I did. Well worth the time, the effort, the electricity, and the storage jars for me, because I have a feeling it's not going to last for long. I'm going to try to put it on my shelf in my long-term pantry. We'll see how long it lasts. If you've enjoyed today's video, I would so appreciate it if you would go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not part of our YouTube friends and family over here on the Wellness Homesteader, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then ring the bell to be notified of all the new uploads. I would love to have you as part of the channel. So I have more fun coming up next week. I have some really exciting news to share. Yeah, so all kinds of things going on here on the homestead. Today I'm really concentrating on doing some housework and doing some preservation. I have my freeze dryer running again today, full of farm eggs. So yeah, always keeping busy, guys. Keep diligent. So I will see you all very soon. And in the meanwhile, be healthy, be well, be blessed, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.